Hello friends, Krista here. Thank you for stopping by Books and Gems. It is time for my final July book haul. I had placed a book outlet order for my birthday and I received another surprise gift. And then I have a stack here of books that I ordered from Pango Books one night. It all happened in one night. So I have quite a few books to share with you. With as much confidence as I can, I am saying that August is going to be a no-buy books month for me. I received so many kind bookish gifts in the month of July for my birthday that I do not have a need to spend any more money on books in the month of August. I am not going shopping on Book Outlet. I am not going to take a look at Pango Books. I am not spending any money on books in the month of August. I already know I have a trip planned in September. Books will be purchased. It will happen. But for August, I think I'm going to add one more month to my goal of 6 months of no buying books. Not doing so great with that goal, but let's add one more month to it. But for today, I have a box of books from Book Outlet that I don't even really remember what's in here. It was just hey, it's my birthday month. Let's buy some books from Book Outlet. And then a stack of books from Pango. But first, let's start with the gift. See if I can find the little papers. See who this is from. Getting caught up on videos after not watching after I lost my pup. Oh, how sad. And saw that I missed Something Happy, Your Birthday. I got you the first, I believe. So here's the second book. Hope you love them. Happy Birthday from Belle's Middle Grade. Ooh, so I know what this is. It's the sequel to A Pinch of Magic because she gifted me A Pinch of Magic. And I am correct. Oh, it's so pretty. A Sprinkle of Sorcery by Michelle Harrison. These are so pretty. I love them. It's a fantasy, middle grade, a missing sister, a magical island, and a sprinkle of sorcery. So pretty. Thank you so much, Belle. She's like a middle grade queen, so I'm not surprised that she sent me a middle grade book. Oh, it's so pretty. Very fun. I am very curious about this Book Outlet box, so let's do this next. I already started to open it, so I can see two of the books on top here. All right. Let's see. I think I was kind of in a romance-ish mood. First of all, is not a romance though. This is Lauren Wolk's newest, I think. This is a sequel to the Newbery Honor winner Wolf Hollow. This is My Own Lightning by Lauren Wolk. So I've not yet read Wolf Hollow, but I've heard that it's really good. And this is the sequel to it. So I couldn't pass this up. I have read Echo Mountain by her and I really liked it. I do have Beyond the Bright Sea and Wolf Hollow on my shelves. And now I have this one as well, My Own Lightning. Cool. Another middle grade there. Another sequel that I picked up is Starsight. This is the sequel to Skyward, which is on my recommendations card. It's a YA sci-fi by Brandon Sanderson. So when I saw the sequel to it on Book Outlet, I had to grab it. Now I can read them right in a row, if I so desire. Okay, we've got To Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. Our Foes with Benefits Better Than Friends. The widowed Diana, Lady Templeton, and Jeremy, Marquess of Willingham, are infamous among English high society as much for their sharp-tongued bickering as their flirtation. So it's kind of like a Regency type of romance. Sounds super cute. Another romance. This one is Austen related. Dangerous Alliance, an ostentatious romance. Lady Victoria Aston must marry or find herself and her family destitute. Armed only with the wisdom she's gained from her beloved novels by Jane Austen, she enters society's treacherous season. It just sounds delightful. This is totally the type of book that I am in the mood for right now. Love, 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 love. I don't know which of these comes first. To Have and to Hoax or To Love and to Loathe. I'm not sure. But this one says All's Fair in Marriage and War. 5 years ago, Lady Violet Grey and Lord James Audley met, fell in love, and got married. 4 years ago, they had a fight to end all fights and have barely spoken since. Their once passionate love match has been reduced to one of cold, detached politeness. But when Violet receives a letter that James has been thrown from his horse and rendered unconscious at their country estate, she races to be by his side, only to discover him alive and well at a tavern and completely unaware of her concern. What? Wanting to teach her estranged husband a lesson, she feigns an illness of her own. James quickly sees through it, but plays along in an ever-escalating game of manipulation, featuring actors masquerading as doctors, threats of Swiss sanitariums, faux mistresses, and a lot of flirtation between a husband and wife who might not hate each other quite as much as they pretend. These sound really cute. Fun. I'm just delighted by those. Okay, this box is getting on my nerves. Let's get this. 4 more from Book Outlet. So we have one more kind of Regency era, Miss Lattimores' letter. The woman who never made a match of her own is making matches for everyone else in this hilarious Regency era comedy of manners. Miss Lattimores' letter by Suzanne Elaine. This is the author of Mr. Malcolm's List, which they just made a movie of and which just came in at the library. I'll be picking it up tomorrow. Sophronia Lattimore had her romantic dreams destroyed years ago and is resigned to her role as chaperone for her cousin. Still, she cannot sit idly by when she becomes aware that a gentleman is about to propose to the wrong woman. She sends him an anonymous letter that is soon the talk of the town, particularly when her advice proves to be correct. Her identity is discovered, and Sophie, formerly a wallflower, becomes sought after for her expert matchmaking skills. I love a matchmaking story, and I love this cover, and I think that sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Clearly, summertime is like the time for romances for me, because that's the mood I was in. I did pick up 2 books that are in series. Earlier this summer, I found books in both of these series. And I found these are the first in those 2 series. So we have the Lady Sherlock series, and this one is Murder on Cold Street by Sherry Thomas. And then we have the Lady Darby mysteries, The Anatomist's Wife. Like I said, I have a couple others in these series, but wanted to read the first one. I have heard from some people, I think it was Lady Darby needs to be read in order. I think I'm kind of a stickler for all series being read in order. I would have a hard time jumping into the middle of a series. So I found the first ones on Book Outlet, wanted to add them. Mysteries are something I would like to read more of, and these just both seem like they'll be good series to read. So fun. And then I threw this in the box to get it up to $35 so I didn't have to pay shipping. How the Penguins Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. And this is just a contemporary curmudgeon old woman story. I don't think I've heard very many people talk about this one, but I've seen the mom of one of my families I work for was reading it, and she was been really enjoying it. So I thought I would throw that in my box as well. I do have down below a code for Book Outlet. If you've never shopped there before and you are interested in checking it out, I would love for you to use the link down below. If you think it gives you a little bit of a discount on your first order, and then I get credits when you use that link so that I can get points towards future orders. Not in August though. This next stack is all from Pango books, which I have started using to resell my books. I do take books still to Second and Charles, but I first have put them on Pango books and I keep them on there for a couple months. So I will have a link down below to my Pango shop. I have had people purchase books and I get these Pango bucks, and this is what I've used to purchase this stack of books. So technically these were all free because I used money from books that I've resold. So the first one is Saint X by Alexis Scheitkin. This I wanted because it has X in the title, and for my alphabet challenge this year, I needed a book with an X. I'm counting this. It's in the title, Saint X. This family goes on a vacation on the Caribbean island of Saint X. One of the daughters of this family goes missing. A couple days later, her body is found, and 2 men are arrested for the crime. And years later, the older daughter comes in contact again with one of these 2 men. And so it kind of jumps in time from the present day to memories to the past timeline. And it's a bit of a thriller. So let me know if you've read this one. I've seen it around before, but haven't heard many people talk about it. I picked up by Mimi Matthews, The Siren of Sussex. Again, it's kind of that Regency era romance. I've read a Christmas book by Mimi Matthews and really enjoyed it. So I'm very eager to try another one from her. I did pick up one book that I've already read before, but I didn't have it, The Nature of Fragile Things by Susan Meissner. I was thrilled to find this in paperback because that's what all of her other books that I own are in paperback as well. So this will sit nicely on the shelf with all the other ones. And I have already read it and I loved it. I love Susan Meissner. This one takes place in San Francisco around the time of the earthquake and fire. And we follow a couple different women and a creepy guy, and it's so good. So good. I did pick up a romantic comedy, Sadie on a Plate by Amanda Elliott. This is going to be a foodie romantic comedy. I think these two chefs are competitive with each other in their restaurant world, but one of them Sadie gets a spot on the next season of her favorite TV show, Chef Supreme, and her seatmate on the plane, Luke, ends up being connected to the show as well. So they're not competitors, but they meet on the plane, have a really good banter on the plane, and then she finds out he's connected to the show as well. Where can it go from there? I grabbed another middle grade, Alcatraz and the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. I guess I was in a Brandon Sanderson frame of mind. That's a creepy cover. Yikes. I know nothing about this one, and I've heard nobody talk about it. But I like Brandon Sanderson's adult fantasy. And then I have Starsight, which I grabbed, which is YA fantasy. And now this is a middle grade fantasy. So I'm just getting all the Brandon Sanderson. Amanda from the Curly Reader earlier this summer went on an Abby Jimenez binge. And so I picked up 2 of her books from Pango, the Happy Ever playlist, and then Life's Too Short, which doesn't get quite as high reviews as some of the others, but again, just kind of rom-coms with a little bit of heart and fun stories. Perfect for summertime. And then finally, I grabbed a nonfiction Don't Overthink It by Anne Bogle. Make easier decisions, stop second guessing, and bring more joy to your life. I am not a huge overthinker, but I really like Anne Bogle. She's Modern Mrs. Darcy. I get some of her emails. I listen to her podcast occasionally. What should I read next? I used to listen to it a lot more, but I just haven't made the time for it lately. But I've read a couple of her other books already, and so I wanted to get this one as well. I do like that it has some places for reflection and journaling, and getting this from Pango, I was pretty surprised that it's brand new, basically. It's brand new. So that's pretty fun. So that's the end. That's the end of my July book haul. Did any of you really believe that was the end? Just kidding. I did receive one more gift in the mail and just wanted to share as well. Souls of Lost Lake. This was so kindly gifted to me by the channel Book Talks with Mrs. Thomas. She's super sweet. Thinking of you, wonderful Krista. I love your channel. I haven't read this one yet, but I like the author. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. I did already read this one and I love it. I'm a big, huge fan of Jamie Jo Wright. So thank you so much for sending me this kind gift. I love it. Yay. Okay. I do think that is really the end now. I mean, it's so many. Can I hold these ones? Why not? Let's go for it. Let's see. I'm going to do it. Ready? I'm going to lean back in my chair. So this is the end. Oh! The whole middle of the pile just went flying across the room. So here are the ones that are left. Let's set those back down. Oh man. That is the end of my July birthday book hauls, gift to myself this time around, and one from Belle's middle grade as well. Thank you so much, Belle. I need to take a break from hauling books for sure. I have so many fantastic books on my shelves that I need to read now. But I would love to hear from you. Do any of these books stand out to you? Have you read any of them? Which ones should I prioritize over the others? Oh man, big pile of books on the floor. I love chatting with you down in the comments, so let's chat down there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I can't wait to talk with you in the comments, and I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.